Today we are looking at a band of brothers everyone knows about. Yes, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The classic American animated series that aired from 2003 to 2009 and had 155 episodes in total. It was also famous for ending with a full-length movie that had a crossover with the 1987 Turtles. In case you didn't know the Turtles, they are Leonardo with a blue headband, Donatello in the purple, Michelangelo in orange and Raphael in red. So now that we have the background, let's take a look at the first couple of episodes. First up we have Things Change. So we head down to the sewers as Splinter is telling the brothers how to become a ninja. He wants them to put out a flame as the turtles attempt one by one. They all fail apart from Leo, who is praised by Splinter. The other boys are angry as Splinter tells them to work harder. He says it won't be easy as they all listen to his speech. Mikey gets distracted by a fly as all of a sudden everything starts shaking. Mousers arrive as they attack the brothers. They attack the Mousers as Splinter gets cornered. The Mousers eat the place away as it collapses. They think Splinter has been crushed. They wonder what the Mousers are as Leo is still worried about Splinter. Donnie calls Splinter on his phone as Splinter is okay as he tries to understand the phone. He tells the brothers to leave the place as he gives a new location to get to. Donnie pulls out a map as they head on their way. Mikey says goodbye to the place as they start walking through the sewers. They find a dead end as Raph suggests going to the surface. Leo says no as it's too dangerous. Donnie says there is no other way as Leo gives in. So they come out the manhole as they dodge the public. They find another manhole but all of a sudden a truck comes and parks on it. Raph kicks the truck as he attempts to push the truck. The people come back out from the club as Raph jumps into the truck for some reason. The others are confused at his choice. So the bad guys are putting money in the back of the truck as they lock it. They drive off as the other three go to save Raph. So they chase the truck by jumping over the rooftops. Mikey lands in some washing as Splinter is walking around in the sewer. He finds the new base as all of a sudden more Mousers arrive. So Raph is still trapped in the truck as it pulls up. The bad guys get out and go inside. The other three are watching from above as the guard watches the truck. Mikey then attacks him as Donnie attempts to unlock the truck. Mikey mocks Raph as Splinter is still surrounded as he tries to fight the Mousers off. The Mousers jump on him as Donnie unlocks the truck as Raph gets out and beats up Mikey. The gang are surrounded by the gang as they announce themselves as the Purple Dragons. So we get a montage of the turtles getting ready for action as they easily attack the gang. It's over within seconds as they all rush off. Donnie says it was too easy as all of a sudden the Foot Clan arrive on the rooftops. They jump down and surround the turtles. They fight as the turtles take them all out. One of the ninjas wall runs as they put up a good fight. Donnie then jumps into the truck as he grabs Mikey. So Splinter has destroyed all the Mousers as the floor then begins to collapse. He falls through as he lands in another new place. He finds something glowing as the turtles are struggling against the Foot Clan. Donnie hijacks the truck as the turtles get out of there. They drive all over the road as Mikey says it has been a crazy day. Raph opens the bag with all the money in as Leo says it's not theirs. So the cops are drinking away as the turtles give them the money. The cops don't do anything as they are confused. The truck then crashes through a barrier into the sewers. They find Splinter as Splinter has something to show the boys. He walks off as the boys follow him. They see their new lair as they take a look around. Mikey claims every room as Splinter says it's time to clean the place up. So Shredder is drinking away as the Purple Dragon guy says he has let him down because he lost all the money and the truck. Shredder tells him he must not fail him again as he gets hurt or something. The episode then ends on that mysterious note. Next up we have a better mousetrap. So in the lair, Mikey is setting up the TVs as Donnie is wiring away. He blows a fuse as the TVs are too loud. Splinter is making a ragdoll as they start to argue over the name they should call the place. Splinter butts in and says they will call it home. Splinter asks where Leo and Raph is as Mikey says they are just collecting a few things from the old place as Donnie messes with a mouser. So we see Leo and Raph collecting stuff as Raph gets angry and punches a wall. It shakes the place. They get into the car as they drive off. It zooms down the sewer as Raph drives away. So Donnie is looking at the mouser as Splinter tells him it is very scary. Leo and Raph arrive in the lair as he gives Mikey his DVD collection. Mikey puts on the TV as it shows the news. Donnie wants to watch as it shows Stockman unveiling his latest invention. He says it's because of the rat problem in New York. It's the mousers from before. The turtles are shocked. Donnie can't believe it is Stockman behind it. Raph gets angry as Splinter tells him to behave. He says they can't go out to the surface ever again. So we see April drop some rats in the maze as we see the mouser in action. The turtles can't believe it as Stockman says it is amazing. April says some of the mousers are missing as Stockman says he will look for them later. April says it is important but Stockman doesn't care as he heads to take a phone call. April is suspicious as the turtles are training with Splinter. Splinter takes them all out as Raph is still angry about Stockman. Splinter says no as he walks away. Mikey mocks him as Raph is still angry. Mikey heads to the TVs as Donnie starts working on the mouser. Raph then gets tired as he heads to bed. Leo is confused as he knows Raph doesn't go to bed this early. Back with Stockman, he is talking to Shredder saying the mousers aren't ready yet. Shredder says he is a failure. April listens into the conversation as she can't believe it. So Mikey is sleeping as Raph heads off into the sewer. Leo catches him. He tells him to stay. They then fight as Donnie's mouser works and leads them down the sewer. They all chase after it. April is working away as Stockman tells him it's closing time, but after he leaves, April rushes into his office to find out what has been going down. She is confused by the icon on the screen as she finds a secret door. So the mouser is leading the boys around the sewers as it then starts to climb the wall. The turtles follow on as April heads into the secret door as it is revealed to be a lift. Donnie says he made the mouser safe as it then attacks the gas pipes. The water pipe blows up as the turtles are sent for a ride. Donnie saves the day as they jump onto the wall. So April has arrived in the factory as she can't believe it. The alarm picks her up as the turtles are still heading through the sewers. They follow the mouser as April has then been caught by Stockman. Stockman says he will be very rich and a powerful man. Stockman fires April as the arm grabs her and chucks her into the mousers. Stockman activates the mousers as the turtles find some train tracks. The mouser is getting away as Raph nearly dies to a train. The mouser gets aboard as the turtles follow him. April grabs a fire extinguisher as she starts to attack the mousers. But the mouser bites it and it explodes. She runs away as she heads into the sewer. She runs as the smoke is chasing her. The mousers head into the sewer as the turtles come across a bunch of them. So they fight them off as they take their heads off. They go wild as Donnie says to leave one, but Raph destroy it. So April is running down the sewers as she bumps into a bunch of mousers. She is surrounded as she tries to escape. The turtles then step in and save the day. April can't believe it's talking turtles as she faints. They pick her up as the episode ends on a cliffhanger. Finally we have Attack of the Mousers. So we are back in the lair as April is on the sofa as she then slowly wakes up. She can't believe it as she sees the turtles again. She screams her head off as Mikey screams as well. April can't believe it as Donnie says this isn't going well. Mikey says give him a break as they have never talked to humans before. Raph asks April what she knows about the mousers as April explains everything she knows, but all of a sudden she realizes she is talking to the turtles. She goes a bit loopy as Splinter arrives. She can't believe that either as she faints once again. They ask what to do as Mikey goes to his Walkman. Remember them, kids? So at the bank, the mousers break into the vault as the bank guy can't believe it. The mousers are taking all the money as they eat up. Stockman laughs away as he can't believe his power. The police arrive as the bank guy tells them it is in the vault. They head in as they see all the money gone and the big hole. So Mikey is still on his Walkman as Raph wakes him up. He says April is ready to talk after Leo made her some tea. So Mikey asks if April is okay as she says she is. She says it is very strange though. Splinter says she can't tell anyone on the surface. Leo says they saved her. Splinter talks in riddles as April says she won't tell anyone. Mikey shows off as April promises. Splinter believes her as she asks who they are. Splinter gives us a flashback of when he was a baby rat. He explains he saw an accident as he saw the young boy who owned the turtles. Some old guy was walking across the road as he nearly gets hit by a truck, so a passerby pushes the kid. He drops the turtles, they fall into the sewer as the truck drops some ooze and it all falls into the sewer together. It breaks open and covers the turtles. Splinter follows them in as he then looks after them. That's how they became mutants. He explains they couldn't be seen above ground as Leo starts talking to Splinter. Splinter talks about their childhood as he then says he taught them combat as he read a martial arts book from the drain. So back in the present day, Raph tells April to ignore Mikey as he then goes to the TV and watches the news report. It is about the bank robbery. Mikey asks what did this as April says this is what Stockman was talking about before she got fired. Raph asks what she knows about him as she explains he is crazy. Leo says he must have destroyed their old lair as Raph says it is time for some revenge. Mikey says Raph is funny as April explains everything she knows. Mikey says Donnie is a genius, but Raph is still fuming. So Mouser's back at the factory, they drop off their money they have collected. Stockman is happy. Suddenly an alarm goes off as Shredder calls in. He says he must do what he says. Stockman says he is doing his best as he cuts off Shredder. So the gang are walking through the sewers as they find an alarm. They try to disarm it as Mikey is making a lot of noise. So they break into the factory through a hatch. April explains everything as they jump in. The door is locked as Raph unlocks it. April gets onto the computer as she turns off the cameras. The turtles run off quickly as they are worried it is too quiet. All of a sudden Stockman spots them as he is confused on what they are. He uses the factory's arms to shoot lasers at them as the turtles dodge them. Leo blocks them with his swords as Donnie takes a bunch of them down. They rush to Stockman as he tries his best to stop them. Raph throws Mikey up as he breaks in and stops Stockman. April arrives as Stockman can't believe she is still alive. He pushes some buttons as Raph tries to stop him. April tries to stop it as all the Mousers arrive. The turtles are worried as they get closer and closer. Stockman dashes off as April finally switches them off. Everyone is happy as April says she couldn't shut them down. All of a sudden they start to smoke as the turtles dash out of there. The place explodes as Stockman is running away as he then bumps into Hun. He asks if there is any trouble as the place is collapsing. Hun captures Stockman as back in the lair. They are watching the news as Splinter asks what April is going to do next as they say they can stay with them. They celebrate as at Shredder's place Stockman is explaining everything that went wrong. Shredder says he must pay the price for failure as Hun drags him away. One of the guards comes in and gives Shredder an image. It shows the turtles' outlines as Shredder cuts it down, fuming. The episode then ends. Overall, what is there to say about the 2003 series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It is the best animated version of the Turtles in my opinion as it has gritty drama, while still being funny and aimed towards a young audience. Each episode is very well paced and always has twists and turns if you haven't seen it before, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat. It is a must watch. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.